Lancashire lead thanks to inspired Vilas Tun. Despite picking up regular wickets on day one, Lancashire struggled as Tom Haines joined Sam Robson and James Vince in scoring over 150 first-day runs. He'd been ably supported by Ollie Robinson down the order, and they found themselves 9 runs short of 300 heading into the second day of play. But they had just 1 wicket remaining with which to reach the total and pick up the potentially crucial bonus points it came with. Sussex found their way to the total early in the session, but Tom Bailey made sure they'd get no further than 301. His slower ball totally deceived Sean Hunt, out LBW for 7 on his first-class debut. That was as far as it went for the nominal hosts, honours even after just over a day of play. Without Haines, it could have been a different story for Sussex, but his heroics ensured the side's platform was a decent one. And Sussex had more to shout about early in the Lancashire innings. Ollie Robinson pushed one across Keaton Jennings, who could only feather a catch to third slip. Next to go was Josh Bohannon, Robinson picking up his second with a peach of a delivery. Lancashire were in a spot of bother at 30 for 2. Stephen Croft was unable to stick with Davis. George Garton found a top edge through to Ben Brown, and Lancashire were now 3 down and yet to breach 50 runs. They would tick past the landmark with a flurry of runs as the session came to a close, heading into a much needed interval at 52 for 3. Vilas and Davis forged an important partnership at the restart. Sussex's success was halted as the two set about dragging Lancashire towards 3 figures. Their 50-run partnership took the Red Rose through to the 100. A difficult start to the day was beginning to fade. Lancashire's afternoon renaissance gained momentum. Alex Davis was justly rewarded for his performance with a half-century, reached as he whipped Stuart Meeker through point for 4. But he wasn't able to make it a telling contribution. He fell LBW to Sean Hunt for the young seamer's maiden first-class wicket. The skipper Vilas was standing firm though. He went to his half-century from 71 balls, 2 runs off Carson, enough to get him there. He followed that with a crunching shot through the offside to take Lancashire through to 150. The partnership with Rob Jones was soon worth 50 runs, and the pair had 200 in their sights in the overs before tea. They'd get there and reach the interval with the score 206 for 4, just 95 runs behind Sussex. Vilas kept up his good form in the evening session, Hunt and then Carson getting the treatment. The skipper had played a classic captain's innings and was rewarded, his 100 coming from 136 balls. And Jones too had a moment in the spotlight, a boundary off Meeker taking him to his half-century, before Lancashire passed 250. He'd have to settle for a 50 though. An unorthodox shot didn't come off, and he'd depart for 58 to Carson. They'd go past 300, and Dane Vilas continued piling on the pain here, punishing Garton to take the partnership to 50 runs. With the Sussex attack perhaps tiring, Vilas went to his 150 a few overs later, an imperious knock when his team needed it, and he was still going, with the match now looking to be in Lancashire's hands. They reached the close of play at 339 for 5, leading Sussex by 38, and the mightily impressive Vilas unbeaten on 158.